In the world of blockchain, there's this concept known as the dark forest. It's borrowed from science fiction. It refers to the idea that in a paradigm where everything is public, it's impossible to hide information from anyone, including the dark forces that would like to see nothing better than you stumble, fail, and fall. This concept can also be applied to the world of startups, where there's often a fear that being transparent and open will be used against you. Today, I want to share with you the story of how my startup survived a black swan event by embracing transparency and turning it into a powerful tool for survival and what I learned from that experience. My name is Jeff Wentworth, and I'm a co-founder of Curvegrid. I've lived in Japan for 17 years, and our company is registered here. Our product is a SaaS platform that makes it 10 times faster, easier, and cheaper to build a blockchain-based application versus doing it from scratch. Our team and I believed we were following the right playbook. Build a minimum viable product, find product market fit, raise seed funding, develop the production version, sell the product, gain customers, and then go on to raise the next round of funding. We closed our seed round in mid-2018 after becoming profitable, slightly, building and selling a prototype version of our product to a few early adopters. We spent 2019 developing the production version of our platform, roughly following a well-trodden script laid out by the best minds in Silicon Valley. So here we were, it's January 2020, we're trundling along as a diligent little startup, having spent much of our seed money. Alas, we brought our product to market just as the COVID-19 pandemic hit. I don't need to tell this audience today what that moment in 2020 was like. But for those of you watching from the future, the world was falling apart, scores of people were dying globally, and there was this vast, empty feeling of uncertainty in everyone's hearts. Each of us had our own challenges, and for me, one of those was our startup. At that point in early 2020, with our product just launched, customers lined up, we were already pitching investors for our Series A. In just a few short weeks, everything flipped upside down. I remember vividly a conversation with one of our investors. I sat across from him in a conference room. He apologized and said, the world has changed. The markets have changed. He needed to focus on his own capital preservation. He explained that in the face of a global economic crisis caused by the pandemic, raising funds for a risky startup would be nearly impossible. At the same time, our sales pipeline evaporated as prospective customers canceled. All new projects for them were off the table. We only had a few months of runway left, a few months of cash in the bank. What do we do? There's this common myth of the self-made individual. I don't buy into it. No person is an island. I believe that success in business and in life comes from having stood on the shoulders of giants. Our journey to this point was at the end of a long path of personal circumstances, timing, luck, yes, our own ability, and people. People. Investors, customers, partners, friends, family, advisors, colleagues, and even competitors. So we reached out to our network of advisors, friends, and investors for advice. The support and feedback was direct and immediate. The consensus was that we needed to act quickly and decisively. One piece of advice stood out. Come up with a plan, be radically open with your team, and take immediate action. Drawing inspiration from this, we developed a plan that involved cutting founder salaries to zero immediately, reducing expenses across the board, negotiating with vendors and government agencies, selling whatever products or services we could, and trying to extend our seed round. We shared this plan with our team. We explained the gravity of the situation, providing details, real details about our financial status, and outlining the steps we needed to survive. Everyone was on board. Our team members understood the challenges we faced and were willing to make sacrifices for the greater good of the company. We updated our team weekly and faced the challenges head on. We went from a team building a product and getting ready to onboard customers to engineers making cold calls, looking in every last nook and cranny for expenses that we could cut, seeking out any new kind of sales opportunity, all against the backdrop of this earth-shattering pandemic. Nothing was easy. Nothing was certain. As Tokyo went into lockdown and everyone began working remotely, we were forced to give up our office space, which led to further cost savings. But this transition to remote work brought its own challenges and layer of isolation. Our team adapted, continued to push forward. My wife quit her job as a Japanese chef to work, really volunteer, at our company. And her prior years of experience in the corporate world were invaluable. Together, we took our kids to government agencies, banks, loan offices as we negotiated for deferred payments and sought out loans. There's this scene in my mind of presenting in Japanese to a loan officer while our 5-year-old and 3-year-old sat outside in the waiting room coloring, sitting amongst all of these other hopeful and nervous business people. The most difficult moment came when we had to cut our team's salaries. It was sobering. It was humbling. It was necessary for the survival of our startup. And we had been preparing our team for the possibility for a couple of months, but it still felt like we had utterly failed them, like we had reached the lowest of lows as the leaders of a company. I recall one of our staff members saying, "Jeff, we knew this day might come. We accept it. Do what you need to do." And then, finally, things started to turn around. We were granted deferments on a number of bills. We were approved for a loan. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, was suddenly on the rise. Indeed, that summer would become known as DeFi Summer. And we started to close deals and bring in revenue. And then, that same investor called, "Jeff, the markets are starting to turn around. I can help you out." We went on to close an extension on our seed round. With these new resources, our startup began to see the first signs of hope. We kept our product running, we restored salaries to full and repaid our employees, and we ended that financial year profitable, and I'm happy to say that we've been profitable since. Throughout this dark winter, we learned valuable lessons that have shaped our startup and ourselves as founders. First and foremost, we learned the importance of not panicking in the face of adversity. It's natural to feel fear and uncertainty when confronted with a crisis. But remaining calm and collected allows you to make better decisions and find solutions. Another crucial lesson we learned was the power of reaching out to your network. Our network of advisors, partners, family, friends, investors provided invaluable guidance and support during our most challenging moments. Their collective wisdom helped us navigate the storm and make the best decisions for our company's survival. We discovered the importance of transparency and open communication. By being radically transparent with our team, we built trust and ensured everyone was on the same page. This openness allowed our team to rally together, make sacrifices, and work towards a common goal: the survival and success of our startup. We also learned to be flexible and adapt to new circumstances. The rapid shift to remote work and the need to cut costs forced us to reevaluate our priorities and find innovative solutions. This adaptability not only helped us survive the crisis, but also made our company stronger and more resilient. Finally, we realized the importance of taking decisive action. In times of crisis, it's essential to act quickly and decisively. Every day wasted on indecision can be the difference between survival and failure. By creating a plan and taking action, we were able to navigate our startup through the dark winter and emerge into a hopeful summer. The experience of surviving a Black Swan event taught us invaluable lessons about resilience, transparency, adaptability, and the power of a strong network. As founders, we emerged from this dark winter stronger and wiser, with a renewed appreciation for the importance and trust and communication within our team. Our startup's journey through this pandemic serves as a reminder that even in the most challenging circumstances, there's always hope. With determination, creativity, and collaboration, it's possible to overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles and build a brighter future. So as you face your own challenges, both personal and professional, remember the lessons we learned during our startup's Black Swan survival. Don't panic. Reach out to your network. Be transparent and open. Adapt to challenging circumstances, and take decisive action. Thank you.